Since 2005, more than 4 million students and 65,000 teachers from 16,000 schools have participated in Poetry Out Loud. That's more than 4 million students have learned at least one poem by heart in Colorado. Nearly 40,000 students have participated in the program here, learning the power of poetry firsthand.
I think that so much about being a poet is the way that you approach life. It's the way you see life. It's the connections you make between things. It's an evolution of the ways in which we've communicated messages from the beginning of time.
Generations have trod, and all is seared.
Poetry Out Loud is a free national arts education program created by the National Endowment for the Arts and the Poetry Foundation and presented by the Colorado Creative Industries and Lighthouse Writers Workshop. Large-scale political and social change is often predated by cultural change, and specifically poetry, literature, song can communicate ideas in a novel and real way to reach people, reach them really in their heart and show them a different perspective.
What kind of delusion are you under? His online persona simply stucker. What the scale tells you is how much the earth has missed you, body. How it wants you back again.
I would have liked a solitary death. Not this lavish funeral, this grave anyone can visit.
Poetry Out Loud encourages students to learn about great poetry through memorization and recitation. The program helps students master public speaking skills, build self-confidence, and discover their literary heritage through classical and contemporary poetry.
On circumference, you can calculate the way around if you know the way across.
Participating in Poetry Out Loud has made me realize that I'm a decent public speaker.
Sobre territorio bilingual. Las novelas mexicanas mixing with radio rock and roll.
Through Poetry Out Loud, I realized that you can raise awareness about anything that you want through the arts and through your words, and I think that's something really cool.
Have signs of Proteus rising from the sea, or hear old Triton blow his wreathed horn.
Through competing in Poetry Out Loud, I found out that it is a lot of fun to get to know more about my competitors and get closer to them through poetry.
I remember the house where I was born, the little window where the sun came peeping in at morn.
Something I learned from Poetry Out Loud is that I actually do have a love for poetry and I perform well under pressure.
This is a love that crowns the feet with hands, that nourishes, conceives, feels the water, sails.
Poetry has changed and expanded my understanding of literature and the world we live in.
So your head became a TV home, a gargling leader. Your doppelganger sloppy at the mouth.
What I liked about participating in Poetry Out Loud was that I was able to learn a different, deeper meaning behind every poem.
The most important thing about what I learned during my time as a competitive performance poet, was the community that you create through the competition, through the work, through devising plans and, seeing it out. That's where the magic is. It's in the camaraderie, it's in the community you build.
It was fun as a first time experience, and I would definitely try again, and I recommend anyone else trying it.